Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. 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 I am art. Maybe you're too loud. I am not me. I am art, and I am your host for I Am SmART, the quiz where people look to improve their art, their lives, and their selves through learning and earn the right to say, I am smart. Format of the quiz, very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end, 20 points overall. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with. That's a Sharpie. That's an example of something you can write with, something you can write on. Post-it notes, yeah, don't mind if I do. A brain for thinking and an imaginosphere for imagining. Optional is a beverage, because whilst it's got absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off with a toast around these here parts, just so everybody's engaging in a shared activity. Just brings this probably worldwide audience together. Here we go. To the real hero of Thanksgiving, Pyrex. It has just been Thanksgiving this past Tuesday. Let's have a little look at some Pyrex in action here. I'm bowled over. I'm absolutely bowled over by Pyrex. Every single time I use it, you can cook in it. It's good in the oven up to 425 degrees F, 215 degrees C, and then you can store stuff in it. It's the same. You cook in it, it cools off. Like these are cooked in here, or warmed up at least in here. Then it cools off. Pop that in the fridge. Absolutely fine. It doesn't discolor. It doesn't make things taste plasticky. It's basically glass without the downsides. Yeah, Pyrex is to glass what Blade the Vampire Killer is to regular vampires. If he didn't kill them, Pyrex doesn't kill glass, but it's just better. It's just better. To Pyrex. Once more, if you please. Just move around my receptacles there. Move around my receptacles. Gosh, how is everybody doing? Oh, there we go. That's all good. That's all good. Hello, Smarties. Who have we got? Who have we got in the chat here? It's only a smattering, if I can say that. Only a smattering. Let's get rid of the Pyrex. So I want to see these lovely messages. TB Douglas, hello to you. Lovely to see you, TB, as ever. SJ Beck 72, hello to you. Super Nashwan 8, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to see you. Absolutely. Pyrex with plastic lids, mind blown. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Powerful stack there, not me. Thank you so much, Monkey Pixie Funk. Yeah. This is, it pretty much had everything in it. Pretty much had everything. It's you just pop it's best not to pop these in the microwave, I have learned, because they are liable to bow as the plastic weakens slightly under the heat. But you can absolutely that's straight in the microwave, that's straight in the oven, that's straight in the fridge. Pop that in the freezer, absolutely. Go for it. Pyrex. Pyrex is one of those things that you just think, whoever invented Pyrex, I hope they are just sunning themselves on a beautiful tropical beach, having never had to do another day's work in their life. We as a society owe them such a debt. You just think, do you know what? Yeah, like Post-it notes. Oh, I invented Post-it notes. Good. Here's your pension for the rest of your life. Oh, I'm only 26. Doesn't matter. You invented Post-it notes. You invented Pyrex. You invented easy listening music. On you go. You don't need to do anything else. You have served this society. Allow us to serve you. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Guys, who was the high point scorer last week? Well, before we get to that, and I'm aware some of you may have already seen these. I'm aware some of you may have already seen these. Let's just do a quick ad. I should have done one when I was counting down, but, live and learn, don't you? Some of you may have already seen these on the socials. But last episode was episode 75, and I did take the liberty of just working out some statistics. I don't like maths, but I love statistics. I'm an enigma. And so some of you may have already seen these, but I figure it's always worth, reiterating them, because it's some quite incredible stuff here. So across 75 episodes of the show, we've had 277 rounds of the quiz across 19 varieties. You all know the varieties that we've got. Don't need to go through them again. There have been 1,385 points available from the questions, and as we've had 14 rounds of Gimme 5, which only has one question, obviously, that means I have written and asked 1,329 questions to test the Smarties' brains, as well as 277 musings to test their imaginospheres. Yeah? And you know me, I'm a pretty humble guy. I don't like to, necessarily compare myself, plot myself against, your Trebecks, your Wogans, your Forsyths, your Richard Osmans, your Pat Sajaks. Yeah? We're all doing our own thing, and we're all doing it fantastically. What I will say, they're not writing the questions. Yeah? If you are looking for a difference, that's one of them. They're not writing the questions. These Smarties have all been high point scorer in multiple episodes. Your girl Sarah Kilch, TB Douglas, Killer Kilch, and Nana Hobbob. Only TB Douglas seems to be watching at the moment, so we give a round of applause to TB Douglas. Fabulous work. These Smarties have reached the top of the mountain for one beautiful twinkling episode. Megan the Frog, JRPV20, Peppersaw, Zackalicious, SJ Beck72, who's watching, and M. Acton. All won a single episode, and absolutely no shame in that compared to multiple episodes. It's a tough quiz. But the dominant Smartie is most definitely not Duda, who has been the high point scorer 23 times across 75 episodes. That's 31% of every single episode. You watch 3 episodes, chances are definitely is going to have been the high point scorer for one of them. Definitely also holds the record for the highest points scored for in a 5-round version of the quiz, which was up until about episode 30. I think we were doing 5 rounds. Scored 26 points in a 5-round quiz and 19 points, one away from perfect from a 3-round quiz. So we would just like to offer, I know definitely isn't present here, but I think a round of applause, a little bit of maybe some emote work. I don't know what people can do with some emotes here, but I think some level of congratulatoriness should go towards definitely. Fabulous. TB says definitely, that's impressive. Shame they're not here to see their achievements. Absolutely. But I'd like to believe, oh, look at this. This is for you, definitely. All of this action. That's for you. Congratulations. Definitely was, as per usual, the high point scorer last 2 weeks ago, the last quiz that we did. As definitely is not here to choose a round. We're just going to go straight for the rounds. And that's absolutely fine. Let's get rid of the chat box. Let's look at the rounds that we could be choosing from today. Thank you, SJBeck72. That's lovely. We've got Spotlight, Yay or Nay, Anagramma Ding Dong, Gimme 5, Nart, Uzi Choose, Iconic Art, Alphabart, Order, Musicalage, Red Herring, and Haikus Day. What rounds are actually going to be chosen? I just couldn't tell you because I don't know myself. So without further ado, as we're already on 16 minutes past, my goodness, time flies when you're congratulating people. Let's pick some rounds. Let's pick them. Feeling good. Let's do it. There we go. Hello, hello. Gosh, this app is taking forever. There we go. So we've got Spotlight, we've got Anagram a Ding Dong, and we've got Red Herring here. My gosh, here we go. Here we go. Let's have a look. Let's see what the musings are. Let's try and plan our attack. Spotlight. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Red Herring. Okay. What was the other one? Oh, it was anagrams, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah, okay, we've got it. We've got anagrams, then we've got Spotlight, then we've got Red Herring. That's how it works. And thank you so much, TB, for the stellar emote work going on throughout that round picking exercise. Absolutely fabulous. Let's do some anagrams, guys. Let's do some anagrams. Anagrams are tricky. Anagrams are tricky. That's why it's good to do anagrams early doors. Because if it doesn't go too well, that's fine. Sometimes, guys, you have all the right ideas, okay, in art, and you just need to reorder them in order to make them great. Here's three things. All actors who have ever been in Hollywood, a strong desire for award recognition, and racism. Unscramble that, you get Crash from 2006. Best Picture, so they say. Best Picture. It's a little bit controversial at the time, but I think it's wonderful. I never looked at racism the same way again. This round is going to teach you how to reorder because it's anagrams, and that's the whole deal. Captain Sheep, God, this is my worst category. Prayer will not necessarily help you, Captain Sheep, but it's never a bad idea to go with a bit of prayer. Never a bad idea to go with a bit of prayer. We've got a theme, and I know that anagrams are tricky. So, and I am often looking for ways to just make it a little bit easier for you. So this week, we've got songs that spent at least 10 weeks at the top of the Billboard Hot 100 between 2000 and 2005. So what I've done is I've given you the song title and I've given you the artist. They're all big songs, and each one is scrambled separately. So maybe you'll find more joy unscrambling the artiste, and then that gives you a clue for the title. Maybe it's the title and you have a clue for the artiste, okay? So this is, we'll see. And if it makes you feel better, Counting Sheep 222, counting, the count? Maybe we'll go with the count. If it makes you feel better, the count. A lot of people struggle with this one. And I would stop doing it, but they're just so easy to write. And that really does factor in when you're writing over 1,300 questions over 75 episodes. Here we go. Number one, nice and easy. Feel So Sourly by Mine Me. So this is the name of the song. It's a 4-letter word and an 8-letter word. By, and then the artist, all of this is one word. Feel So Sourly. So you've got this, which is making it easier. All of these two are separately. So I'm making efforts, guys, to make this slightly more palatable. I'll leave this one a little bit longer though, because I know that these are trickier. Says Monkey Pixie Funk. Now that could be interpreted several different ways. Could be or it could be as in like nailed it. I'd recommend starting with this. It's a one-word thing. So is it a band? Is it what could it be? Number 2. Air Mama by As an Ant. 5 5 by 7. So again, this is all one word. The artist, all one word. Is it a band? Is it a mononymous person? 5-5. It's interesting because it's 5-5, and this is obviously the same. Ma, that's just 2. So is that something to be working with? I don't know. I'll tell you what, though. It's got chilly here in New Jersey. Not sure whether it's got super wintry where you guys are in the world. Hopefully not. Hopefully we've still got a little bit of that autumnal sun to come. But my word, you can come in with some chapped thighs if you dress inappropriately. Really come in with some chapped thighs. It is cold for Monkey Pixie Funk. Yeah, that's a snowflake. And then 5 snowmen. Some with snow around them. Some not. Message received. Loud and clear, bud. Number 3. Do Entwined Penman by Did Chin Styles. Okay, so this is tricky. It's 11. That's quite a long word, though. That's quite a long word. 11-5 by 8-5. So this is probably more... I mean, it's been so long since I've written this. So I don't know what the... Oh, okay. Okay. I will say, as an extra little clue, there is an apostrophe in here. A little apostrophe somewhere in this one. It's 2 words, but there is an apostrophe. It's tricky. It's tricky, guys. I'm looking at this, and because of my great capacity for empathy, I'm putting myself into your shoes, and I'm thinking, yeah, tricky. Another few seconds with this one. Number 4. Get Nowhere Goblet by A Creamy Hair. A single creamy hair. Okay. Supernatural 8. It's not going well. Well, maybe I need to... It's like... Because once it gets past a certain point in terms of making things easier, then it's not worth it, and it's just about finding that perfect line, isn't it? Again, these are things that Terry Wogan never worried about. He showed up with perfect hair and just got on with it. He was given the questions. Here we go. But as 'tis, I'm having to, work it all through. Get Nowhere Goblet. It's 6-5. So this is a person. This is a person. Maybe I'll say that. This is a person. Okay. Let's just go back to, oh no, that's the musing. Let's get rid of that. I said get rid of the musing. This app. So this is a person. This is a band that's named after a person. This is a band and this is a person. So these are some more clues just to make it... What's that first word? It's only 2 letters. It. No, there's no I's. Me. There's no M's. And finally, we've got Gridlogged by Nasty Week. What's this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a person. This is a person. And these two G's, they're sticking together. They're sticking together. Maple Panda, hello to you. Too hard on a Sunday night after a big weekend. I will say that this afternoon, cameraman George and I did have the Thanksgiving leftover meal. So I have consumed a lot of stodge, a lot of mashed potatoes, and a lot of turkey. Some delicious green bean casserole, and some of the best, most delicious turkey gravy I've ever had. It doesn't energize one, I will say. It doesn't leave one jumping up. So I think this is probably going to be a pretty chilled quiz, and I hope that's fine with you. Speaking only for myself, of course. It's absolutely fine, Maple Panda. Got to be done though, not me. Yeah, you need to finish off those leftovers. You don't want them to go bad. It'd be an absolute crime to let them go bad. Still got a little bit of turkey, I will say, so looking forward to some sandwiches. It was yummy, Maple Panda, yeah, it was yummy. But it's the kind of meal that you have on a Sunday afternoon, and you just think, yeah, maybe I'll just go and have a little sit down on the sofa. Maybe I'll pop on an old classic. Maybe I'll pop on a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Maybe I'll pop on Big. Maybe I'll pop on The Great Outdoors. Maybe I'll just rest my eyes for a second. But I thought, no, I have a commitment. I have a commitment to produce and deliver an outstanding quiz experience. And dag nabbit, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So those are your five. If you want to see any of those again, and I think that's a very real possibility because it does improve things, having that visual element. So if you do want to see any of those again, please do let me know. But let's go for the musing. The round's not over unless the musing has been covered. You make it to number 1. Congratulations. You are phoned up to get your immediate reaction. You have 20 seconds of free airtime on the radio before your song comes on. How do you play it? Now, what this might do is this might show my age a tad. I'm very able to admit, I'm not 22 anymore. Yeah? Not 22 anymore. Back in the day, when you got to be number 1 and you'd be on the radio, they would often phone up the person who was number 1. And they would just have a little bit of time to say, oh, it's, you're on Radio 1 and you're number 1. How does it feel? And they've got 20 seconds maybe. Maybe it's even 10, but I've given you 20 because I'm a bit more generous than Radio 1, I suppose. You've got this free airtime. How do you fill it? Is it pretty standard? Oh yeah, I feel really good. Thanks so much everybody for buying my record. Or do you go a little bit outre, a little bit sideways, a little bit askance, perhaps? Maybe you do. It's up to you. SJBeck72, can we run through all once more? Not me, please. Absolutely, SJBeck72. Thank you so much for asking. I am happy to oblige, which is French for oblige. Number 1, Feel So Sourly by Mine Me. 4-8 by 6. This is a mononymous person, a stage name. Number 2, Air Mama, that's the same as that word, and those 2 letters are the same as that letter. Wonder if there's something there. Wonder if there is. Maybe. And this is a band that's named after somebody in the band. That's all I'll say. Number 3. I said number 3, thank you. Do Entwined Penman by Did Chin Styles. 11-5. 11, that's a long word. What? 11.5 by 8.5, and this is a band, and there is an apostrophe in here. And again, all of these songs very big between 2000 and 2005. Okay, 2000 and 2005. Number 4. I said number 4. Thank you. Get Nowhere Goblet by A Creamy Hair. 268 by 65. This is a person. This is a person's name. A Creamy Hair. This is a person's name. 2. That's interesting. That's interesting. What could that be? It's 2 G's as well. And then number 5. Something with 2 G's. Gridlogged by Nasty Week. That is 46 by 54. And this is a person's name. This is a person's name. W's and K's and Y's. Interesting. Interesting name. That's the end of the first round that everybody hated. Oh, no. Oh, of course. I always forget to... No. See how long that took? I clicked it. I was holding up my hands. You could see how long that took. This program's a joke. Thank you, Captain Sheep. I don't hate it, but it is tough. Well, I'm sure Anagram Ding Dong will be very pleased to hear you say that. Very pleased indeed. That's a lovely thing to say. I don't hate it, but it is tough. It's absolutely tough. What did I say for the second one? Oh, I know. We haven't had this in quite some time. Hadn't had this in quite some time. And I know that definitely you'll be upset to miss this. Because definitely he's a big fan of co-presenter. Is that too much? Spotlight, guys. Spotlight. You know what that means. Game recognizes game. As an artiste, you have to be willing to shine a light on the work of other artists and be nice about it. That way, if they want to be polite, and who doesn't, they have to say nice stuff about your art. But before we look at who the spotlight falls on this quiz, we of course have to take a trip to see your favourite of mine. The artiste who puts all other artists to shame. It is, of course... it's Lucy Liu. How are you, Lucy? Are you well today? Are you happy? Yeah, Lucy's doing great. Lucy's doing great. Looking forward to Christmas. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Christmas as well. I'll be, of course, a little Christmas tradition. Yes. The Triple S, the Self-Secret Santa. How did you know about that? Guess I'm always banging on about it. Okay, nice. Thank you, Lucy. Do you have anything else that you want to say, or do you just want to wish all the girls and boys a lovely entry into the festive period? No, Lucy's got a joke. Lucy has a joke. So I haven't heard this before, so I apologize if it is, as they tend to be with Lucy, a little bit blue. But we'll just see. What have you got for us today, Lucy? Knock knock. Who's there, Lucy? Smell mop. Smell mop? Is that the... Smell mop who? No, you won't smell my poo. Oh, Lucy. Smell mop who? Smell my poo. That's really reaching, Lucy. That's for you. Like the unpleasantness is one thing. The unpleasantness is absolutely one thing. But that's not a particularly well constructed joke. You really got. I mean, smell my poo. Smell mop who? Smell. It's kind of Cockney, I suppose. It would have to be Cockney in order for that to work. T.B. Douglas, you're better than that, Lucy. See? People are disappointed in that one, Lucy. And it's such a shame. As T.B. also says, we haven't seen you in ages. and you come back and not. We could have expected a little bit of scatological humour. That is your oeuvre. She never looks any older. She's so fair is the thing. That's the thing with Lucy. She's such a the wonderful Lucy Liu. Yeah, no, I'm not upset. I'm not upset with you, Lucy. But I'll say it. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed in you, Lucy. So hopefully it's not this long again until we see you again, because we do enjoy seeing you here. Everybody loves seeing you here. We all enjoy it. But just, even if it must be a smutty joke, let's really try and work a little bit harder on the. You're a busy actress and it's difficult to have the time to make up jokes. Yeah, but I appreciate that. But yeah, I can't stay angry at her. As I say, she's so fair, Lucy. Wonderful. Well, everyone say bye, Lucy. Thank you so much, Lucy, for dropping in. A disappointing meeting with Lucy is still better than most meeting other people. So congratulations. But who does the spotlight actually fall on this week? Maple Panda, bye, Lucy. Bye, Lucy. Everyone says bye, Lucy. But who does the spotlight fall on this week? It's not Lucy. We know that. It is, in fact, oh, look at him there. It's Mr. Robert Downey Jr. Mr. Robert Downey Jr. He doesn't look any older. It's quite an old picture there. He's got the cigarette. I'm not sure whether he still smokes the cigarettes. I know he's heroically turned his back on most other illicit substances. And that is to his credit. But he might still be a smoker. You know what actors are like. So let's go for 5 questions about Robert Downey Jr. Let's find out how much you know about him, shall we? Love RDJ, says Maple Panda. Straight in there. Love RDJ. Love him. Well, fingers crossed that translates into a whole heck of a lot of knowledge. Number 1, Robert Downey Sr. was... Ooh, not sure what's happened there. Was a drug addict and allowed his son to try marijuana at what age? Plus or minus 2 years. So you've got a 5-year spread here that will still get you the point. What's going on? We're just leaving that because it doesn't seem to be happy with. Oh no, I did it. God, it's really tested my patience today. So plus or minus 2 years. How old was Robert Downey Jr. when he first tried the illegal, at the time, in California these days, it's a little bit more permissive. Should it be? That's another question for another time. But how old was he when he first tried the Green Demon? Number 2, Robert Downey Jr.'s first Academy Award nomination came from his biographical role as which actor from old Hollywood? Going back a few years here. We'll see who knows this one. Old Hollywood. Who did he play? And got an Academy Award nomination. Still hasn't taken home a statuette, but one assumes it's coming. One assumes he'll find some role. Maybe someone will write something specifically for him. He'll get it at some point. Probably be a Jeff Bridges style where he'll do a real character piece later in life. After Robert Downey Jr.'s series of arrests, his first acting job post-rehab was a music video lip-syncing to which Elton John song? Elton John, of course, no stranger to illicit substances. Probably why he had the sympathy for RDJ. And said, hey, do you want to walk around my house lip-syncing to this song? And Robert Downey Jr. said, sure, which song is it? And Elton John said, it's... Got to get up a little earlier than that to beat this old clever person. Question number 4. How many films has Robert Downey Jr. played Tony Stark / Iron Man? Plus or minus 1. I'm only giving you plus or minus 1 here. I'm only giving you plus or minus 1. In how many films has Robert Downey Jr. played his now most famous role, Tony Stark / Iron Man in the Marvel superhero films? How many times? And this is any appearance. It doesn't have to be starring. It doesn't have to be an Iron Man film per se. And then the final question. Anytime you're ready, thank you. In Doolittle, from what country is the character from? And I can give you some help with this. That we've got a little clip that I'll play probably twice, just to help you out. In Doolittle, here's a big post-Avengers film that didn't do too well, actually. But from what country is the character from? Have a little listen, see if you can let me know.
Doolittle! Clear a path, there isn't a moment to waste. I have procured that which you said does not exist. Behold, the fruit of the Eden tree. I said clear a path.
You want that again? Let's have that again. Let's have that once more. Give you an opportunity just to turn up the old volume. We'll have that again.
Doolittle! Clear a path, there isn't a moment to waste. I have procured that which you said does not exist. Behold, the fruit of the Eden tree. I said clear a path.
He's clearly a global citizen, says Maple Panda. There are worse answers to that. Worse answers than that, absolutely. I will say is even somebody who's really on it with accents is probably going to have to do a little bit of guesswork just to really hone in on that. And there we go. Those are the 5 questions for Robert Downey Jr., but we need a Robert Downey Jr. musing. Robert Downey Jr. is cast as a fast-talking cad in a classic Hollywood-style rom-com. Who would you cast against him? Who is his love interest? Who is the young lady Hepburn to his old man Tracy? Was it? Old man Bogart, maybe? Humphrey Bogart, I think. There's a big age difference, though, which is, fine, depending on who you ask. Because he's an older chap now, actually. Not that limits you particularly in Hollywood. He's 58 years old. Still looks great for it. Born in 1965. But yeah, so in Hollywood rules, that just means anybody over 24, I think. I think it's 34-year age difference is the Hollywood state. No more than that, otherwise it just gets weird. And there we go. Let's head back to Maine. Thank you. Gosh. Monkey Pigsy Funk feeling confident there. I say we just go straight into it. Because it's 1:45 now. This it's all fun and games, but come on, we need to get through this, guys. Let's do red herring. Red herring, baby. Nice and simple. Everybody loves a little bit of red herring because, guys, sometimes when creating, it's best to start at the end and work backwards. J.K. Rowling knew that she wanted to eventually wage a campaign against unscrupulous dudes pretending to be women in order to gain access to the ladies' toilet. But how would she begin her career in order to gain enough favour to have the biggest possible audience for these views? Wizard Boy books. Very, very simple. Yeah? In this round, we stick to the answers. We start with the answers. And then I'm going to give you the questions. But which question goes with which answer? This is red herring. So let's get these answers out. Here we go. And this is... Get rid of that, Veronica Mars. You might be able to guess what the topic is, in fact. The topic is TV detectives. TV detectives. Everybody loves a TV detective. Everybody loves a TV detective. Everyone's got their favourite. Maybe it'll show up here. Maybe it's Veronica Mars. Maybe it's John Luther. Maybe it's Dana Scully. Maybe it's Jessica Fletcher. Maybe it's Thomas Magnum. Or maybe it's Columbo. Which you might say, everybody else has got their full name, and it was never actually 100% established what his full name was in the TV shows. Fun fact. That's your first fun fact. Could be the first of 2 fun facts about Columbo. Who knows? Let's go for these questions first. We're going to go through them first quite quickly, and then we'll take a little bit more time on them second time round. Question number 1. Which detective has a strange, often positive relationship with a murderer named Alice? Interesting. Kind of an ongoing relationship with a murderer, but it's a TV detective. Yeah, I know. You heard me right. I didn't stutter. Question number 2. Which detective was once briefly a member of the US Congress? Interesting. Question number 3. Which detective's dual roles of medical doctor and FBI agent led to a marked uptick of young women pursuing careers in those fields? That's number 3. Number 4. Which detective has inherited their detection skills from their father? A PI, standing for private investigator. And then the final question of the red herring round. Which detective has various conflicting given birth dates across their TV series between 1944 and 1947? Though that being the range for the birth dates, not the TV series. So this is when the character in the TV series was born. So let's go through them once more. We've got which detective has a strange, often positive relationship with a murderer named Alice? Is it Columbo, Jessica Fletcher from, of course, Murder, She Wrote, John Luther from Luther, Thomas Magnum from Magnum P.I., Veronica Mars from Veronica Mars, and Dana Scully from The X-Files? Which detective has a strange, often positive relationship with a murderer named Alice? Number 2. Which detective was once briefly a member of the US Congress? That's an interesting one, isn't it? Is that the one that's too weird, so this is just going to be a punt for the last one? Maybe. Number 3. Which detective's dual roles of medical doctor and FBI agent led to a marked uptick of young women pursuing careers in those fields? One would assume it'd be a woman, but it could just be a very positive and affirmation-heavy man. Number 4. Which detective has inherited their detection skills from their father? A PI, private investigator. One of these. I promise you, it's one of these. And then number 5. Which detective has various conflicting given birth dates across their TV series between 1944 and 1947? So maybe something to think about is at the times of all of these TV series, if the character was born, say, 1945, how old would they be by the time each of these came to the TV? Maybe that's an approach. Maybe it's not. Maybe you've got a better approach, but I'd love to hear it. I really would. And those are all your questions. Let's get rid of all of these. It's just take its absolute sweet time. Get rid of them. We need a musing though. And this is, I think, going to be my favourite musings. That's why we've left it to the end. There have been a million TV detectives with a million gimmicks, but if you were a TV detective, what would your gimmick be? Nice and simple. T.B. Douglas, a bit more straightforward, I think. Yeah, a bit more straightforward than Spotlight. Again, is pretty straightforward. Anagram of Ding Dong, maybe that still echoes of the horror that is Anagram of Ding Dong. What's your TV detective gimmick? I'm excited to hear. I really am. Lord knows I am. And those are your questions. Let's go back to main. Takes forever. Takes absolutely forever. Congratulations for getting through the questions. That was grueling at times. Kind of grueling. But you did it, and I'm proud of you. And I think you should be proud of yourself. As a reward, I'm going to give you some art here. This is some art that you may have seen earlier in the week if you peruse my YouTube. But statistically speaking, nobody does. So I'm pretty confident in sharing this here. So I did a test to commemorate Thanksgiving this week, which is on Thursday just gone. I did a rap live. Recorded it live. So it's an app that's on my phone called GroovePad. And it allows me to, I've used it on the quiz before, I think once maybe, to improvise a little ditty. But it basically allows you to kind of play music, but in a kind of, I saw it was very good. Well, TB, the version that you saw was maybe the shorter version, which was the social media friendly version. We did, so this is basically what it is. It's and it'll just, you can hit the thing. Wait. So this is basically what it is, and I just created a live rap, and it was just really good. This is the slightly longer version that you may not have seen that was popped on YouTube. So I hope you enjoy it. These are some of the things that I'm thankful for this year.
What the heck am I Thanksgiving for? It's basically a list of things I adore. I'm always thankful for the bonds I've forged with my son Jesus, also cameraman George. I'm thankful in my new flat for a spacious kitchen and a bathroom with a shower that's totally bitchin'. I'm thankful for IHOP and fudge ice cream, public transport and the music of Tangerine Dream, my woolly hat, my nice coat, my dressing gown, and my Vans which just aren't wearing down. The feeling I feel when I look out to sea, the woman on the light rail who smiled at me. I'm thankful for pasta like lasagna, rigatoni, fettuccine, ravioli, fusilli and macaroni, my muck-luck slippers, my Nintendo Switch, the people who watch my lifetainment on Twitch, actors like Gemma Chan and Constance Wu, Elodie Young, Jamie Chung and Lucy Liu. I'm thankful in a way that's palpably strong for you right now for giving time to my song. If this made you a fan, a real die-hard, I'd be thankful for the boost to my self-regard. Thanksgiving's American, but even if you're not, it's an exercise from which you can take a lot. So contemplate the things that bring you glee. It can be anything, not just not me. Happy Thanksgiving. Raise a cup. I hope you eat food till you can't stand up. Happy Thanksgiving. Raise a cup. I hope you eat food till you can't stand up.
There we go. There we go. Hello. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of that is arts flying around, and I have to say I agree with you. It's pretty impressive. And lots of things that I'm thankful for. And I do heartily encourage you all to consider things that you are all thankful for as well. It's just a bit more positive. Just a positive way to live your life. Shall we get on with some answers? I say let's get on with some answers. What was the first round? Of course. Anagram ding dong. Anagram ding dong. Thank you, Maple Panda. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. So our... musing was very simply no, that was the topic. Go away topic. Oh, this is the so if you were number one, for God's sake, topic. Thank you. Make it number one. You're phoned up to get your immediate reaction. You have 20 seconds of free airtime on the radio before your song comes on. How do you play it? Just got to get it in the chat, guys. Just got to get it in the chat. Nice and easy. Nice and easy as we go through the answers to... No, not you, topic. Not you, topic. I'm sick of you, topic. Go away. This is taking so long. What's wrong with... Maybe I need to reinstall the program or something? It's absolute joke is what it is. Number one. Feel So Sourly by Mind Me. I thought this one might be a little bit easier with the Mind Me. 6. It's Lose Yourself by Eminem. Eminem, I thought, might give you the kind of the in for that. It's probably his most successful song in a broader context. Lose Yourself by Eminem. Well done if you got any of these right. I think these are tricky. So if you got any of these, give yourself a bloody pat on the back. Please do. Air Mama by As an Ant. I tried to give you some clues. Because Air Mama, it's just essentially Air Ma, or Ma Air, which is only a little hop, skip, and a jump away from Maria by Santana. Maria. We began in a West Side Story, etc. Living a life just like a movie star. Oh, some lovely songs here. Do Entwined Penman by Did Chin Styles. I said that there was a apostrophe here, and I wasn't lying. I really wasn't. What's that 11-letter word? It is independent. Independent Women by Destiny's Child. All the women who independent, throw your hands up at me. All you mamas who are making dollars, throw your hands up at me. Well done if you got that one right. Girl, you didn't know I could get down like that. Charlie, how your angels get down like that. Get Nowhere Goblet by A Creamy Hair. 2. What's that 2-letter word? 2-letter word. There's a W and there's an E. We belong together as ever did as ever zimber, but ever zibby dibby 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 dibber. We belong together. Lovely song. Lovely song by A Creamy Hair, Mariah Carey. And then finally, oh my God, Gridlocked by Nasty Week. Nasty Week, of course, can only be Kanye West. It's Gold Digger. Now, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she's not pursuing any unrich fellas. Well done if you got any of those right. It's a tough round, but everybody's going through the tough round. And the pleasing thing for me is that there doesn't seem to be anybody who's like, nailed it, don't worry about it, which means that it's probably just going to be quite low scoring all round, and that's absolutely fine. So you make it to number one, you're phoned up to get your immediate reaction. You have 20 seconds of free airtime. What are you doing? TB Douglas, straight in there. Thank you, TB. I use the opportunity to charm the radio host and ask them out live on air with the idea of creating a lot of publicity for myself. Yes, always hunting it, always working. Never switch off from that. Yeah, you've got this one number one, but there's a lot of one-hit wonders out there who wish they'd taken the opportunity to ask the DJ out live on air. Currying favour with the radio host to play my future releases. TB, there is an element that is perhaps a little seedy in terms of, using yourself as currency in a way that has been used for thousands of years. But should it be? However, I can't fault your logic. In the dog-eat-dog world of music, popular music, getting that radio airtime. Dating a DJ may just be eating a dog, and if you're not willing to eat a dog, then there's going to be another dog that's going to be willing to eat a dog. And I think I've understood that phrase correctly. So it's a lovely idea. It's risky, but maybe it's just that sad reality, the sad reality of popular music, wherein you need to be willing. You need to be willing to schmooze, to kiss up to the DJs, to say, "Hey, baby, how about playing my next song? Yeah, you've played this one. This one's got to number one. Let's bank that. Yeah, let's log that away. Maybe you and me get together over a plate of eggs, and we discuss how we're going to get that next one to number one. How about that? And if you're very nice to me, I'll let you pop your hand into the back pocket of my jeans. Yeah." Am I even comfortable with that? I don't know, isn't it? It's a difficult question, but it's a lovely, lovely bit of logic. Monkey Pixie Funk, I would hold the DJ hostage until he agreed. A little bit of everyday race, sexism there. Monkey Pixie Funk could be a female DJ, a DJess. Until they agreed to play my banging tunes, including the experimental bongo remix. Interesting. Okay. So again, it's a similar approach. It's a similar end goal, shall we say, to TB. You're wanting to use the success you've got here with your first release to parlay that into success for your second. TB is going with a spoonful of sugar. You're going with a spoonful of nails and sand, kind of flicked into the eyes. Both effective. And there is an argument to be made that one of them is illegal and one of them is just a misdemeanor. Should it be the way around that it is? I don't know. Oh, Monkey Pixie Funk, sorry, just reread the question. Okay, so that was just a kind of a gut reaction. I would say yes for 20 seconds without taking a breath. Now we're getting a little bit more avant-garde with it, and I have to say I'm enjoying it. Just the word yes for 20 seconds. So Monkey Pixie Funk, your song Beating the Bongos, parentheses radio edit, straight into number one. How do you feel? Yes. And here's the song. People are going to be talking about it. I'll say that. People are going to be talking about it. That's good stuff, Monkey Pixie Funk. Super Nash 18, I would keep dropping in the destinations of my upcoming tour shows to ensure maximum publicity. That's really nice. That's really nice. I really hope that the fact that this, I'm not going to rest on my laurels with the amount of sales that I've got. I hope the amount of sales that I've got now that it's number one are going to be doubling. It's great that my song has got to number one because it means a lot of people think it's a banger. Just Ireland so far. I'm not sure why that is. We'll be careful not to overplay it, or people will be like, put a cork in it. Maybe it's just a tour of Ireland. I want a hamburger. No, I'll stick with the first three. Points all round. If you pop one down there, points all round. Lovely, lovely stuff. Let's get on with the next round, which is, of course, RT Spotlight. Let's just take this opportunity to see her again. Lucy showed up in that rap. I'm always thankful for Lucy. The musing was about RDJ, this one. RDJ. Mr. Robert Downey Jr. is cast as a fast-talking cad in a classic Hollywood-style rom-com, which he would absolutely smash. Can we all just agree on that? Who would you cast against him? Who knows? Get it in the chat, though, guys. Let me know who you would cast against Robert Downey Jr. in a kind of well, I don't know, that kind of film is what I'm thinking of. Robert Downey Sr. was a drug addict and allowed his son to try marijuana at what age? Plus or minus 2 years. It was, incredibly enough, 6. So if you wrote anything from 4 to 8, you've got it. 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, you get that point. 6 years old. My goodness. Luckily, it didn't affect him at all. Question number 2. If you are a parent and you are wondering when to introduce marijuana to your children, maybe allow that to be, whatever your answer might be. More than 6, I think we've established that's a bit too early because it can just mess them up fundamentally for the next 20 to 30 years of their life, and it's only afterwards when they get cast as the lead as the superhero who themselves has some substance abuse issues in the past that they really get over it. So yeah, maybe something to do with that. Just above 6. Robert Downey Jr.'s first Academy Award nomination came from his biographical role as which actor from old Hollywood? It was, of course, Charles Chaplin, Mr. Charles of Chaplin. I've never seen it, but apparently it was bloody good. Yes, thank you, Charlie. Gosh, hanging around. Question number 3. After Robert Downey Jr.'s series of arrests, his first acting job post-rehab was a music video, lip-syncing to which Elton John song? It was I Want Love. I Want Love. Dun, 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 dun. Just a different kind. I want to love, won't break me down, or won't break me up, or won't fence me in. I want to love, that don't mean a thing. That's the love I want. I want love. In how many films has Robert Downey Jr. played Tony Stark / Iron Man? Plus or minus 1. It is, incredibly enough, 10 times. 10 times. It's 3 Iron Man films. That's 4 Avengers films. That's I got it written down here. The Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man Homecoming. And... is that it? No, that can't be it. Oh, I've only written down 9 here. Well, and one more. Never mind. And then number 5. In Doolittle, from what country is the character from? Let's just watch that once more.
Doolittle! Clear a path. There isn't a moment to waste.
Moment.
I have
Procured.
procured that which you said does not exist. Behold, the fruit of the Eden tree. I said clear a path.
Clear a path, why don't you? Clear a path. I am a man from Wales. That is where I am from. That is where I am from. Wales. Apparently. Well done if you got any of those right. Some of those pretty tricky as well. Let's get on with this musing. SJ Beck. Is that was that Lucy Liu who you would cast here? Because if it is, absolutely, you get croc points for that. We always cast Lucy Liu in everything. She deserves it. She's put the work in. She's so fair. So immediately points for you. It's Maple Panda. Jennifer Lawrence. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. I think she would just be within the age range. So he was what, 58? Jennifer Lawrence was born in 1990, so like 32, 33, 34 maybe. So yeah, that's within the age range, the Hollywood age range. Certainly wouldn't be weird. And she's got that. Yeah, she can rattle it off. She can rattle it off. That's good. TB Douglas, Leslie Mann. Ooh, a little bit more age appropriate. I have to say I appreciate that. Let's head back to Maine. Let's get some of these. Let's get some of these on a little example vibe. No, not that. Leslie Mann is a good one. Let's give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Bosh, bosh. Come on. I can only apologize for Streamlabs desktop. Doing a terrible job this week. There we go. So that's Jennifer Lawrence. No, don't need to. Leslie Mann. It's good. That's a good shout, I think. 1972. Yeah, a little, even more age appropriate. Even more age appropriate. What does TB say? What does TB say? Almost age appropriate. One of the only female actors who talks as much and as fast as him. She'd give him a run for his money. She does love a very a speedy bit of dialogue. Speedy bit of dialogue. And likes to have a laugh. Likes to have a laugh as well. Look at that. Having a great time. Having a great time. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's a very good shout, TB. Super Nash 18. I can see Cameron Diaz being a good foil for RDJ. Lovely stuff. I haven't seen Cameron D in anything for a while. Obviously, her career peaked co-starring with a certain Lucy Liu in Charlie's Angels. And she born 72. Yeah, okay, so that's that's a bit more age appropriate as well. Super Nash 18. That's nice. That's nice. And she's got the comedy chops. I mean, wonderful. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Yeah. Get on board with it, Super Nash 18. That's good. TB Douglas, 6 is crazy. It is crazy. 6 years old. Hey, 6-year-old son who's named the same as me, and everyone just acts like that's normal. Do you want some marijuana? Sure, Dad. I'd love some. Very strange. This could spell a 0-point round for me. I hope it wasn't that. Monkey Pigsy Funk, Catherine Ryan. Not sure of her acting chops, but yeah, I mean I'd say American, Canadian, pretty much the same thing. Lovely stuff. Yeah. She's definitely a fast talker. Very, very funny. Definitely give as good as she gets. Yeah, it's a good one. I like that one. She starred in her own series, The Duchess. Oh. Okay. Interesting. It's a British comedy drama television series created by and starring Catherine Ryan. Premiered on Netflix. Oh, hello. 2021, the series is cancelled after one season. Well, that's a shame. It leaves her free, at least. We know that she wouldn't be... There'd be no sense of, she's not available. She's too busy working on Duchess Season 2. Nope. One and done. They said all they needed to say with the first series of The Duchess, I think. Lovely stuff. Let's get on with some red herring stuff. Can we, please? Let's do it. Points all round for those musings as well. Points all round for those musings. Lovely work. The musing for this is what we've been waiting for. This is where we're at. What's your TV detective gimmick? Oh, it's like a TV detective, but Question number 1. Which detective has a strange, often positive relationship with a murderer named Alice? John Luther. Alice played by... what's her name? Alice Luther, actress. Ruth Wilson. Wonderful Ruth Wilson. She's a scary-looking lady when she wants to be, and that is to her credit. She's very attractive normally, but she can really turn it on and just be bone-chilling. Chill my bones any day of the week. Question number 2. Which detective was once briefly a member of the US Congress? This would be very unusual if any of you knew this for absolute certain without looking at the options. But it was Jessica Fletcher. It was less than one episode. Just stepped in when the actual member of Congress, I believe, was murdered, or something happened, some hijinks. You know what Murder, She Wrote was like. So well done if you got that one right. That was probably a bit of a punt. Number 3. Which detective's dual roles of medical doctor and FBI agent led to a marked uptick of young women pursuing careers in those fields? It was, of course, the wonderful Dana Scully, played by the wonderful Gillian Anderson. Responsible for a lot of women getting into those roles, which is good. He said, hey, you can do these roles now, so do them, okay? Give us a break. Question number 4. Which detective has inherited their detection skills from their father, a PI? It could only be, of course, well, it couldn't only be, but it was Veronica Mars. As a teen, she is the one with the youngest and most active dad. A lot of these other ones probably their fathers would have been retired, certainly. So well done if you got that one right. And then the final one. Which detective has various conflicting given birth dates across the TV series between 1944 and 1947? Was it Columbo? Was it Magnum PI? It was Thomas Magnum. Mr. Tom Selleck. Wear a Hawaiian shirt like few others. Which means that the red herring was... Just one more thing. It was Columbo. Columbo was the red herring. Well done if you got any of those right. Well done if you got all of those right. Very difficult to get all of them right on a red herring round. So you deserve, all the credit in the world. There have been a million TV detectives, but with a million gimmicks. What if you were a TV detective, what would your gimmick be? It would, T.B. Douglas, let's have a look. My gimmick would be that I'd be able to smell death on people about to die, but not the person who did it. Useful, but still some detective work required. I appreciate that you're not looking to make it too easy on yourself. What would it be? Death Stink. Starring T.B. Douglas. Death Stink. You'd meet somebody. Oh no. Bus. or something. Yeah, or that no, because they would need to be murdered. So it would always be. So it would be similar to the series Poker Face, where Natasha Lyonne was traveling around America and would always get caught up in all of these murders. And it would always be often be somebody that they'd met before, because you'd have had to have met the person before to be able to smell, oh no, this person. But then it's interesting as well, because you say, well, okay, so I know that this person's about to die, so I should, as a detective, as a renowned detective, I should probably stick with them, because then if there's any murdering taking place, like, who was it? It was the caretaker. How do you know? I was standing next to the person getting murdered, so I could see, because I knew that they were about to get murdered then. And so this implies that you know that dead. Yeah, you're going to be dead soon. Yeah, you really get, if you have any rifts that you need to, if you need to speak to your mother, just to kind of paper over some cracks, just to let her know that you love her, now's the time, because you're really not long. And then you went and get a coffee, and then by the time you come back that they're dead, you think, oh, I really shouldn't have stopped to get that coffee. So there's an element of like that it's not quite, you're not great. Is that maybe too harsh? You're not great because you know that somebody's about to die, but you're still leaving them alone in order to get murdered. So you have that detectiveness. I don't know. It's interesting. And if Death Stink goes to one of the major streaming networks, Netflix, Amazon Prime, what have you, put me down for, I'll watch all of season 1 and then make my decisions there on out. SJBack72, I would have a super cute spaniel who is fantastic at sniffing out criminals and helping me to solve crimes. Has that ever happened before? Have we ever had a kind of a dog? I mean, Turner and Hooch, I know, but that Hooch wasn't, or was it Turner? That was a big slobbery dog, wasn't it? It wasn't a dog that necessarily helped with the Scott Turner, so it is Hooch, okay. Hick Hooch, such an animal for Hooch's noisy, destructive nature. Yeah, so Hooch isn't a benefit. Obviously, the joy comes from the fact that they don't get on, and then they do get on. My God, do they get on? But this is something new. I think this is something new. This is a USP. This is man and dog combining to create the best detective the world has ever seen. Dog detective, that's too easy. Spaniel. If the dog smelled, it could be a kind of a PI and PU type situation. That could work. I like that though, SJBX72. That's really fine work, and I think there's a family approach that could work with that. Absolutely, go for it. Monkey Pixie Funk, my gimmick is that I would harness the power of experimental dance to unsettle those who I feel have wronged society. Now we're getting somewhere. Murderous thieves, etc. etc. My nemesis would be a mime artist called Terry, a master criminal who can do a mean, funky chicken. So Terry is also good at the experimental dance, so maybe can do some experimental dances to nullify your experimental dances. So it's like a dance, it's like a constant dance-off between Detective Monkey Pixie Funk and Terry the mime artist. Just cutting loose, busting a move, cutting some shapes in order to solve the case. That's really nice. And you can get maybe a good musical supervisor, can bring on a lot of new artists, showcase their work. You get it for cheap. They get a bit of exposure. And everyone's just popping and locking. I like that you're unsettling. And I like the idea that there are those who have wronged society. We've got murderers, we've got thieves, we've got etc. But the nemesis isn't stated to be one of them. The nemesis is just a mime artist. So maybe it doesn't really have anything to do with that. It's just, I'm trying to do my police work, Terry. I'm trying to do my dancing, and you just... I just, even when I'm not, but I'm trying to interview this suspect, and I can just in my peripheral, I can see you, Terry. So could you, Terry, I'm asking you again nicely, and then I will not apologize for getting physical after this. I'm asking you nicely, please could you do your miming elsewhere, okay? I really don't want to have this conversation again, Terry. Sorry about that. Right? That's kind of crazy, right? I can see it. Super Nash 18, I would be mute. Don't have to learn your lines. Love it already. Only able to offer clues as to my thoughts and opinions through my very expressive eyebrows and other facial expressions. Here we are. I'm thinking a Jim Carrey. I'm thinking an Andy Samberg from The Lonely Island of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, this is good. My sidekick would be able to read my thoughts and translate for the watching audience and my colleagues. Okay, so the eyebrows and facial expressions aren't expressive enough to be interpreted broadly, but it's kind of like, if in, say, Rush Hour, when Jackie Chan gets sent over by the Hong Kong Police Department, but he can't really speak English very well, and so he needs a translator. And so you would need the translator, your sidekick, be able to... Okay, so basically, when the eyebrows do that, that means it's a gardener. It's a very specific eyebrow movement, but it's not the gardener. It's the ballerina one. Sorry, gardener and ballerina are often quite similar. You will notice that as we go along, depending on how many murders are committed by gardeners and or ballerinas. If we ever meet somebody who is both a gardener and a ballerina, pink feet and green fingers, then, we're in trouble. Okay? Is that right? Yeah? And what do you think the murder weapon was? See the nostrils? Did you see the nostrils there? Poison. Right? Yeah, poison. You'll get the hang of it. By season 4, everybody's going to be all onto it. That's great, Supernatural 8. I like that. Just a lot of this. So, oh my God. So you're telling me that it was a cover-up and a conspiracy between the mayor's office and the DA, and there was a troupe of brain doctors involved rewiring people's brains so that they saw each other as the enemy, and so it's kind of creating murder by proxy. Sorry, there was a B, and they were trying to get the B off. Maple Panda, it would be like Tosh lines in the bill. I'd leave a trail of cinnamon rolls in my wake. Perfect. Just cinnamon rolls. Just doing all but just constantly crumbs around the side of the mouth. You're trying to write notes. Sorry, who was it? Who was it? It was this sister for the life insurance money. Okay, what was that? Could you just swallow that mouthful before you answer me properly? Thank you. And then all of the evidence is just got syrupy, cinnamony, just sticky fingers everywhere. Oh. It works though, Maple Panda. It's that kind of Dr. House style work where it's like you're annoying, but by God, you're so good at the job that I have to forgive you. Points all round, guys. Points all round. This is getting a bit long now. That was fun, though. I knew it would be fun, and it was fun. Back to main. There we go. Oh, there's Turner and Hooch. Hi, Turner and Hooch. How you doing, babe? How you doing? Oh, my God. Let's get rid of the examples. We've got all of the points that we could possibly get. Sorry, what's that? We don't? Oh, yeah. Minute to win it. Oh, I didn't do any of the things, although you all know. There wasn't anybody else watching, so. It's a minute to win it, guys. I like to make my minute to win it topical, so I decided to go online earlier. Everybody loves minute to win it. I decided to go online earlier and look at some of the world news from this week, see if there's anything that I could spark off to create a fun and engaging minute to win it. It was nothing, absolutely nothing, but the concurrent wars going on in Gaza and the Ukraine. So I thought, do you know what? 3-letter words beginning with O. Get as many guesses as you can in there. Every guess needs to be in its own chat box. But you can guess as many times as you want. The more guesses you make, the more chance you have of reading my thoughts. Own, yes. Odd, oak, out, off. Oh, this is good. Lovely. Oh, that's a great word, Super Nash 8. Love that a lot. Olay, lovely. Owl, old. Ooh, Super Nash 8, lovely. Maple Panda with own there. Otter, almost. Monkey Beats of Funk. Or, lovely. Ode or oxy. Wonderful TB. Oxo, oil. I saw the list that I saw said that there are about 60 that are valid in Scrabble at least, and I managed to count up, and there was just shy of 30 that I felt were proper words, quote unquote proper words. Odd, old, one, lovely stuff. Out, och, lovely Maple Panda. Last couple coming in. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Nice and geographically specific there, Maple Panda, with an och. Oik. I wish it was oik. I will say it's not oik, SJBEX72, but I absolutely wish it was. It's an absolutely fabulous word. Oft. TB. TB, my word. The exciting thing, though, guys, is that somebody did get it. Somebody did get it. Let me just go back and double check if this person was the first person to get it. Oh, yes, they were. I was thinking words beginning with O. 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 Congratulations. Goes to Super Nashwan 8, getting those 2 bonus points. Congratulations, Super Nashwan 8. One of those wonderful words where it's like it begins with O. So technically, those other 2 letters, they are just collecting benefits. They're just lazy, lazy, lazy. Not doing a damn thing. Olay, Monkey Pixie Funk. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. But that does mean, of course, that you've now all got all the questions, all the points that you could possibly get. So I want you to top them up and pop them into the chat. How many points did you get this week? But whilst you get your scores in the chat, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. There's no point threshold to being smart. If you've got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, that's great. And if you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No 2 ways about it. Let's snooze that ad. And if you are watching this on YouTube, not live, then do make sure you write down your score and your music answers in the comments below, because I would love to hear how you did. And I'll engage with it. I will engage. I love to engage. Let's have a look at these. SJ Beck 72 with 8. Lovely stuff. SJ Beck 72, congratulations. Monkey Pixie Funk with a 7. Super Nash 18 with a round 10. Lovely, lovely stuff. Well done, both of you. 12 for me this week. Well done, TB. It was a tough week, but you did very well. And Maple Panda with 6. Congratulations to you, which means TB Douglas, high point scorer. So you'll be you get to pick a round on the next quiz, which I believe, which maybe won't be on the next quiz, because the next quiz, I believe, we'll be well into December, and we'll probably be looking at a Christmas quiz of some kind, So those might be designated Christmas themed rounds, but we'll sort it out for the time after. But congratulations, TB Douglas, and thank you very much for joining me, everybody. We've got an art right now next week, before a break of 1, maybe 2 weeks. We'll have a little see. It might have to be 1 week, because otherwise you won't be able to get both a quiz and another art right now before Christmas. It'd be nice to get some Christmassy stuff in, but we'll work it out. And it'll be absolutely fantastic. Look at this lovely positivity going down here. Excited for the Christmas quiz? Yay, Christmas quiz! Yes, we'll do it. We'll get some eggnog. We're getting into eggnog season. Make sure you're buying your nogs. But thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something and felt creative all at the same time. I am not me. I am art. I hope you'll join me next time, whenever that might be. Well, you join me next week at least, for art right now, and then for the quiz anon, whenever that might be, for another opportunity to improve your art and yourself through learning, and say to yourself, yes, I am smart. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate you taking a time to spend some of your Sunday with me. Good night, Super Nash 18. If this is your last event of the weekend, I thank you for giving that to me. And I hope you have a wonderful creative week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheerio and arrivederci.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.